Second person on the list. Oh my gosh, what is with you? Mute? Why'd I put muse? It's time to glaze. It's time to glaze. Time to get controversial in this bitch. What's up, what's good everybody? Remember, we're here back at you with another ranking video. Today, I know you see a bunch of content creators, you see TimTheTatMan, you see Bogur, you see Eskay. You're wondering, what the fuck is this one? Well, we're ranking Marvel Rivals content creators. It's gonna get a little toxic in this bitch. Now I want to preface a couple things. So one, I don't really watch, besides like one guy, which you'll figure out who it is in a second. Besides the one guy, I don't really watch these people on Twitch. And a lot of things I'm going to talk about is actually for YouTube and not for Twitch itself. Though I have, a lot, because a lot of their Twitch content is on YouTube. So, it wouldn't even really matter if I watch them live or not. So, let's just kick shit off real quick. First, we have TimTheTatMan. Y'all know who TimTheTatMan is now. Oh, and if you see me look like this, and then look this way, and then look this way, it's because I have notes. So, I want to make sure I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. Or at least have a mild understanding of what the fuck I'm talking about. So, TimTheTatMan. The notes I put up here is he make content for Marvel and other games, which is honestly just Call of Duty. He's loud. His thumbnails are generic, but they get the job done. So, it's the shocked face plus the title of the thumbnail. So I'm gonna put him in D tier. Now I'm not saying he can't be funny, but the thing is like with a lot of his content for Marvel, and especially with the other game, he'll just be like, oh, let me react to this, let me react to that, right? And it gets you the numbers, don't get me wrong, but your content isn't varied. It's you just see the same thing of let me react to blank, let me react to blank. And then the ones where he's like I don't even remember him even playing games anymore. I could be wrong. Post edit me, check to see if he's actually had some gameplay videos recently. But when I checked, which was a good while ago, because I just haven't recorded till now, he just hasn't done shit. He's just been spectating games. Second person on the list. Oh my gosh, what is with you? Second person is Flats. Now, of course, you guys know who he is. But just in case you don't, once again, I do have some notes. So with Flats, he was an Overwatch player. He moved to Marvel Rivals. I see him do Overwatch a few times, but mainly just Marvel Rivals. He yaps a lot, is somewhat common among all these people. He's actually played a variety of games, not just, let's just play Marvel Rivals over and over again. Obviously, that's his main content. That's what's mainly on YouTube. But he's played other games. His YouTube thumbnails are generic, but there are a few standouts, actually. A few of them that I was like, ooh, I would definitely click on this video if I wasn't just looking for montages all day. The things he's done, he does reaction videos, but it'll be like TikToks that his community sends him. But one thing he also does, he spectates bronze players. Not just spectates players or top players. Spectates bronze players, which I always thought was funny. We point and laugh at the bronze players, even though I'm one right now because this matchmaking is fucking terrible. The other thing he does is he plays a variety of games, but recently he's been playing the finals and FNAF. And obviously FNAF is, this is a horror game. But the finals, I haven't played that in a long time. But I'm hearing the game's really good, the numbers are good, and they have a lot of content. So I'm happy for him. Now for Flats, I'll actually put him in A tier. Because like I said before, I like variety. Yes, of course, if I'm looking for Marvel Rivals, I might look at very specific people, but I would love to see going out of your comfort zone. Instead of just let me do Marvel Rivals all fucking day, you can actually do other shit. Don't get me wrong, it takes time, and even if it doesn't, for your numbers to be the same as Marvel Rivals or whatever your main content is, but at least you're trying, and that's what I like to see. So that's mainly why I put him in A tier. Moving on to Bogur. So Bogur, once again, just like Flats, he's played a variety of games, but obviously it's mostly Marvel Rivals. He yaps a lot. I didn't even know until I researched, but his primary YouTube channel is Overwatch, but his secondary is Marvel Rivals with some yap in between and everything. The generic thumbnails are on the second channel, but the main channel actually has more variety than the Marvel Rivals channels, which is kind of funny, but I imagine it's because it's people are going to click my Marvel Rivals videos anyway, so who cares, which is kind of funny. So the thing with Bogur is, right, it's kind of the same as Flats, where he does yap a lot, and whether you agree with the points or not is whatever to me. But the other thing too is that once again, he plays other games. He doesn't just stick to Marvel Rivals. I mean, he plays Overwatch, which, like I said before, apparently they're doing good. So, hey, what is there to say about them, right? So overall with him, I would put him actually in B tier. I was kind of debating A for a second. You know, actually I take that back. I'll put him in A tier, and especially because of the thumbnails, like they're not generic, and it's not just Marvel Rivals, so that's good. So I made my mistake. Now, time to get controversial in this bitch. So, Captain Coach. Generic thumbnails, but they do somewhat vary. He's a Hulk main, and he's gotten into a little bit of some squabbles lately. A little bit into some internet beef with somebody. There's a video, I forget what it's called, you know, post edit me will probably put it in. But basically, like, he was beef. A Thor player played against him in a match, and then not only was Captain Coach salty, but he also went into the dude's comment section talking about how his community ain't shit. And then on top of that, like, if you ever watch the video, you'll see it. He deleted the bots. So all in all, he's kind of mad corny, especially for that shit. That shit alone puts him down there. Like, he's a Hulk main, which kind of puts him up a little bit, so I'll give him a C, like over TimTheTatMan. But honestly, like, if he wasn't like a Hulk main, he would be right next to TimTheTatMan. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna fucking lie. The few videos I watched, he's kind of insufferable. Next one we have the man that started it all, Necros. So to give you some background, he actually didn't start Marvel Rivals. He was actually an Overwatch player, Genji main. And he was, if I remember correctly, he was on a pro team once or twice. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, he's the Spidey main, so it's already probably put him in D tier as it is. He clip farms and rage bait. He does like clip farms and rage bait, which I'll get into that in a second. Like I said before, he's an Overwatch player. Now, the thumbnails are a bit generic, but a lot of times, even though there's a few standouts, a lot of times it's like, I sniped this guy, or the best Spidey play, you know, it's generic shit. And then one of the bullet points I put is an ain't shit nigga. So here's the thing with Necros, right? When he was playing Overwatch, he was kind of whatever to me. I'm not saying I didn't like the guy or didn't like the guy, but he mained Genji, so that kind of already put me up there, because Genji, especially when they nerfed him essentially to the ground during Overwatch 1 days and even over to Overwatch 2, as far as I am aware, he still stuck it out with him. So, hey, kudos to that. But see, here's the thing, too. He's also a DPS nigga. For those who don't know, I know I've said it a few times in a few videos and streams, but to let you know, there's a difference between fans or players, like DPS players, and then there's DPS niggas, right? And these are the guys who, like, they're constantly, all they play is DPS, they're not gonna play anything else. Like, any personality type you think a DPS player is, that's a DPS nigga, all around. And a lot of the things he's done makes it so, like I remember the support strike, the tank strike. And it's kind of crazy a lot of times, because, like, it rage baits and, you know, clip farms especially, because during the support strike thing that he went through, because he went from bronze to, I think, Grandmaster, if I remember correctly. Support main only, right? But what was crazy is he didn't play, you know, Cloak and Dagger or Invisible Woman. He played the DPS supports. Like, and what's crazy, he didn't even play Adam. All he played was Mantis and Loki. That was the other character he played. But all he really did was DPS. So one, he wasn't really even doing what his role was supposed to do, and two, he was playing DPS supports, which it's like you wanna prove the supports wrong of like how easy it is to climb up, but you choose the DPS ones. Now, if he went like Cloak Dagger, Invisible Woman, Adam Warlock, and he got up there, because he's a pro player, so of course he's gonna get up there at some point. But if he did that and he got up to Grandmaster or like Celestial, I give it to you, my boy. I give it to you. But he didn't do that, so it's kind of fake. So I'm going to put him down here. Now, he could be C tier. Actually, no. Make him C tier, because he's as insufferable as Captain, but just not as bad. Where's he at? Alright, sorry. I kind of fucked up. I thought I had QQBC on my tier list, but I guess I fucking didn't. So anyway, we're gonna talk about them. So QQBC. Now, the crazy part is that they don't do Twitch, they actually do YouTube. So, you know, we switch it up a little bit, switch it up. The thumbnails are made by her. So like, the art of the thumbnail is actually made by her. So, you know, I definitely respect it. Even though the thumbnails are kind of samey, it's like a consistent direction, especially with our style. But like I said, they make their own thumbnails, so that's already a positive to me. A lot of the content they have is BC, toxicity, you know, and matches and shit. Last time I checked, there's only one video where she had a different game, but once again, it's toxic people. So here's the thing about the toxic content. Yes, it's funny, but sometimes it's like cringe, and like I'll like watch some and I just can't get through it because it's either too toxic or it's just, I just roll my eyes or some shit, right? But here's the thing. One, she's a YouTuber, and two, she strictly like makes her own art. If she had more content besides toxic chats, she'd actually probably be in A tier, but I gotta put her in B tier just because, like I said, a lot of the videos are pretty much just toxic players. But she beats a lot of other people from C to D just because her thumbnails are actually just made by her. Maybe I'll hire her to make some of my thumbnails, who knows. Now moving on to J3. Kind of like Bogur and Flats, Marvel Rivals content creators. Now, once again, Overwatch to Marvel Rivals. And you can notice like a theme here, but a lot of people move from Overwatch to Marvel Rivals because they are both hero shooters. One thing is his thumbnails are all over the place, but that's actually good because it's a variety of thumbnails. It's not like, let me put the same thumbnail of my character in the scoreboard, or put people's faces right here, and then here's the character I played. You know, there's more things happening. And then the last thing is he's done V rank spectating, and even one where he dominates Ninja. I forgot what video I saw for that one. And that's the other part of that too. He's done what Flats did, which is something that a lot of Marvel content creators, even if he kind of spams it, what they did would be like, oh, 6 bronze players versus like 2 diamond players or some shit, right? So he's had like videos like that, and you don't really see those types of videos at all. So by that alone, I would actually probably give him A tier. Probably starting to kind of see a theme here. Anyone in A tier, even though they mostly do Marvel Rivals, they do a variety of Marvel Rival stuff. B tier is like, I mean, she's the only one there, but basically they have very, very samey, but there's something that stands out with them. Like I said before, if she or he, profile picture is a she, if she had more videos besides being toxic, honestly, she'd probably be A tier, if not S tier. I'm not even gonna lie. And then the C tiers right now are just typical one trick main, you know, I stream on Twitch, whatever. And then D tier for TimTheTatMan, like whether you consider him boosted or whatever, it's like he does the same content but really samey. So another person we got is Cozy. Now Cozy is actually not a streamer, so I've watched a few of his videos before when I checked on his channel. Now his content is mostly like news and some tier lists, you know, like the season 4.5 tier list, you know, stuff like that. His thumbnails are generic, but they do have consistency based on the video he's doing. So it isn't like he has all the same content and all the same thumbnails. It'll be like he has all the same content, but he changes up the thumbnails maybe based on the patch or uses different characters or whatever. Now, not a lot of Marvel Rivals content creators do like new stuff. And here's the crazy part about his videos. Damn near the same time that like a patch comes out or even a couple days after something with Marvel Rivals happens, he already has a video, and his videos are high quality. The way he like has his tier list set up and everything, like honestly, I wish I could do that. Like that's how high tier quality it is. So by that metric, I would say he's a B tier. Like he does do a couple things. He doesn't do like a whole variety of stuff. But there's something that stands out, which is how clean his shit is set up, and he does news and tier lists. Next one we got is Eskay. Now there's some shit with her too, but we're not gonna really get into that. Now currently she actually plays Deadlock and 2xKO, so she's not just doing Marvel Rivals. And I think last time, at least when I checked, she hasn't done a Marvel Rival video in like so long. But I'm sure by now she's probably done a fucking other shit. So her thumbnails, just like with QQBC, she actually makes her own thumbnails, or at least like the art is like, you know, consistent and it's her own art. And she's also a VTuber, which I know how people feel about that. Now her like outfits, like the random outfit from Tekken 8, looks basic, but it does, if you ever play Scribblenauts, like the way it looks like Scribblenauts. Now with Eskay, she, like I said, she plays a variety of games, and one of the Like, she's done other fighting games, but one of them is actually a fighting game, which you don't, especially for like big content creators that like stick to one game that isn't a fighting game. The fact that she's done variety of games, but especially a fighting game, and not just like for one video, 10 minutes, like, oh, I tested this game out and now we move back to Marvel Rivals or some shit. Like, she does other shit, right? So by all those metrics, right, like she can go from A or she can go from B. But I'm gonna be honest, playing Deadlock and a fighting game, it's gotta be A tier. It's gotta be A tier. I know it's kind of crazy, like some of the placements I do have, but they're like somewhat consistent. Two of these have a different art style, but one of them has more content than the other. There's a variety sake. Are you fucking serious, dude? We're getting into the last three here. So first one is Japanese Curry, which when I first saw this name like a long time ago, I was just like, you actually called yourself Japanese Curry? That's crazy. So they're actually, instead of Overwatch, which I don't know if they played Overwatch before, they've actually played Valorant. And I believe they mained somebody. I want to say it was Chamber, but I don't remember who they mained. Right now he mains Captain America, and honestly, who would fucking main Captain America? Especially with how many buffs and especially nerfs he gets. His YouTube thumbnails are generic. Has a picture of someone's voice message or duo or MVP logo. So like, there's more to it than just like, you know, a picture of this and like blank amount of like score. Which you could kind of say, well, Rainbow has MVP or duo, isn't that like the same thing, or it's kind of generic? And it is, but it's still like, there's something else going on with it. That being said though, I would put him at C tier, which is funny. Like, all of the C tiers are like, they one trick a character, which is what makes their content kind of samey. If he did like other shit, he could probably go to C tier. Now we have Coach Mills. Now his YouTube thumbnails are generic, but of course it's based on the video. And he does a variety of things. So he does tier list, Mute. Why'd I put Muse? Yap, and had a recent guide on Bucky. So he actually did a guide video on Bucky. So like, even though it's generic, even though it's only Marvel Rivals, he still does a lot of other things in that space, right? Kind of like how Flats, Bogur, J3, like how they do Marvel Rivals, but they also do something else with Marvel Rivals. That being said though, he would be at a B tier simply because it's kind of like cozy, but it's like a little more generic. And dude, I feel like I have fucking I forget what it's called, but like Bearstein shit. I could have sworn he had a Valorant channel, he had an Overwatch channel. I could have sworn, but maybe I'm lying, who knows. Now, the last person on this list, boys, because there's no girls watching my videos. Boys, it's time to glaze. It's time to glaze. KpxChris. I'm putting him in S tier. It's time to glaze. It's time to glaze. So here's the thing. One, he mains the blade. Boom, already you win. And he's mostly known for his shorts and TikToks, like they blow up. I remember the very first one I've ever seen from him is the Black Panther Academy. That shit had me fucking weak. I love that shit. He has highlights of funny moments sprinkled in with like gameplay or, you know, a match or two or whatever. And I didn't put it down, but his thumbnails are like, he's trying to do something else with thumbnails. Maybe it's not hitting the mark that great, but I mean, it's all right. That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, get your thumbnail game up or whatever. Now here's the reason he's really in S tier. Here's the reason. He does more content than just doing highlights, whatever. Like I said with the TikToks, but his personality is what prevails, is what puts him up there, right? I've made videos on this, I'm not gonna try to always just go into it. Streamers, especially, but yeah, pretty much streamers actually. When you watch them play a game, it's so fucking boring. And on top of that, when you watch them, when they're with other people, because there's like filters of like different people talking, you could probably get a personality or two, or personality trait from them or something like that. But if they're by themselves, you barely hear them say shit besides doing some call outs. And that shit really fucking annoys me. So KpxChris actually he talks and like, you know, gets hype and all that good stuff. He talks like throughout, like he doesn't, like most streams that I've watched, because I've watched a lot of his streams. The streams that I watch, he has nobody there, but he keeps it entertaining. Even if you take into account with the character he plays, which one of the hardest characters in the game and one of the coolest characters in the game, but please buff Blade, I implore you, NetEase buff Blade. Like I said, W Glaze, but I just like content creators like him. Like if he I swear, if he had thumbnails like QQBC and Eskay, you know, where they're like a certain art style or whatever, had like the content, or a lot more, I should say, content variety for video, not for TikToks, but for videos, like Flats and Bogur and J3, I'm be honest with you, he would be in double S tier. If you know Smash Brawl, where it's like Meta Knight was SS tier, he'd be up there. I'm not even gonna fucking cap, bro. Once again, you know, he's kind of, it's not like he's like not have a following, but he's just like not a big content creator. So he's kind of fighting an uphill battle already as it is. My battle isn't even going uphill, I'm going downhill, but that's just me. Anyway, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for watching. Shouts to people who came, shouts to people who didn't. And I will catch y'all when I catch y'all.